What's going on, everyone? Happy Thursday to everyone. Hopefully, everyone is doing well and having a great day so far. Welcome to the Thursday weather update for Thursday, June 27th, 2024. If you're new to my channel, this is where we do the daily weather update on all things weather in the United States: severe weather, winter weather, tropical weather, heat, extreme cold, anything that happens in the United States. So, subscribe down below if you want to be informed. Give this a thumbs up if you like the video. Share these videos with anyone you know, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment down below. Starting off with the National Hazards Map today, you can see that things are a little bit quieter across the country today. Not much. It kind of looks maybe deceiving here because there will be more hazards that fill in throughout the afternoon. But one thing we do notice today is there are much less heat advisories and excessive heat warnings. Things have cooled off a bit in the Northeast today. And take a look across Texas. You can see there is still heat advisories and even some excessive heat warnings that continue there today. Across the Four Corners region, it's flash flooding that we're concerned about for you today, as flash flood watches are up for your area. Carolinas are still in some heat as well, where temperatures will get into the 90s for today. Taking a look at what's going on with the national radar picture, and we still have some showers across the Carolinas, and we have some showers and thunderstorms across Alabama, Georgia, Florida Panhandle, and even down towards Orlando, Florida. You will see some showers today as well. Across the plains right now, we do have some ongoing showers. More numerous thunderstorms will develop this afternoon. Taking a look at the Storm Prediction Center, there were 522 severe storm reports yesterday. You can see here there was a vigorous area of thunderstorms that developed across central Pennsylvania. It went through the Poconos. It went right through just north of New York City, Connecticut, all the way up through Rhode Island and Massachusetts. That was a mesoscale convective system. It did not, however, get designated a derecho, at least not yet, because I think it was just shy of the amount of miles needed. But yes, there was a significant area of severe weather that went through there. Pittsburgh, there was a tornado that touched down for you, and I am assuming there will be a storm survey, and hopefully maybe when we do tomorrow's video, maybe we'll have some of the results from the storm survey. There was also wind reports down the south. It was a very busy day. Tornado reports, it does come in at 10, but really I think there was only one tornado, or there may have been a couple touchdowns with that storm because it did get warned multiple times. It's saying 10 here. We'll have to see if that gets refined. Wind reports, 496, 3 of them being high wind reports. Hail reports, 16, 2 of them being large. 522 reports total. And so far for today, we do have one wind report that came in for a portion of Pennsylvania. Not sure what that's about because there are really no storms ongoing. We'll go back to radar again. There really aren't any storms ongoing in Pennsylvania right now. So not sure what prompted that. All right, for today, we do have a rather large slight risk area, marginal risk area, and within all this, enhanced risk area across portions of Nebraska, South Dakota, North Dakota, Montana, Wyoming. Severe storms are expected in this area today. There is even a threat of a few tornadoes. Wind is at 30% hatched. Hail is even 30%, and that is hatched as well. There could be rather large hail, up to 2 to 3 inches in diameter today. Yes, the setup does support really large hail in this area, so please be weather aware if you live in any of these areas because there's going to be numerous severe thunderstorms this afternoon. There is a marginal risk of severe weather from North Carolina to South Carolina, portions of Georgia, and back into portions of Alabama. Then taking a look at day 2, we do see here that there is a slight risk of severe weather, again, across portions of the plains and the Midwest with a marginal risk surrounding that. And then there is a day 3 slight risk across portions of Ohio and Pennsylvania, and we'll have to watch how that evolves as well. Taking a look at the HRRR model for today, we can see here those showers that are across portions of Nebraska, South Dakota, and North Dakota right now, they will continue. They'll gradually lift northeast. That is a warm front, by the way. And you can see here the thunderstorms. They do start to develop this afternoon. There could be multiple rounds of storms in the Dakotas. As you can see here, the initial showers and maybe even some thunderstorms from that warm front do lift through, and then another round gets going. this evening, and that's the round that will be severe. As I advance this into tomorrow, you can see here, more showers and thunderstorms get going once again, this time in Iowa. And you can see Nebraska, you get another round tomorrow. May even be a couple that get going into Dakotas and even down into Kansas tomorrow as well. And then at the end of this run, you can see this boundary that does set up this front. It does start to push towards the Ohio Valley and western Pennsylvania, and that's something we will be watching as we head towards the weekend. Let's take a look at the NAM model now. We can see here, showers today down across portions of the southeast, and showers today, let's reverse this for a second, showers and thunderstorms today across portions of the Four Corners region, some which could cause flash flooding. Rainfall rates may go up to 2 inches per hour. As we head this towards the weekend, we can see here comes that front. Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, some heavy showers and thunderstorms on Saturday, which is why there is that slight risk. That slight risk could grow to a little bit bigger. It could also include more parts of Pennsylvania down the line, and you can see here, showers and thunderstorms will continue right into Saturday night across portions of the Northeast. There could even be isolated cases of training that sets up that could pose a flash flood risk. Alrighty, moving on to the excessive rainfall. There is a slight risk of excessive rainfall across portions of Kansas and Nebraska today. Marginal surrounding that. Another one for the Dakotas as well. And then you can see here, New Mexico, Colorado, portions of Utah and portions of Arizona. Slight risk of excessive rainfall today where flash flooding is possible. Day 2, you have one across Missouri, Nebraska, Kansas, Iowa, and Illinois, with a large marginal risk surrounding that. And when we go to day 3, just a large marginal risk at this time that extends from Maine all the way back across Vermont, New Hampshire, New York, Pennsylvania, the Ohio Valley, and it snakes its way all the way back down to New Mexico and Arizona. So it's going to be quite the corridor of showers and thunderstorms that could cause heavier rainfall. All right, drum roll please as we refresh the precipitation total map. All right, that is already refreshed. We can see here, general 1 to 3 inches of rainfall expected across the plains or the northern plains and portions of the upper Midwest. There could be localized 4-inch amounts that happen. The southeast, just your general daily showers and thunderstorms across portions of Florida and across portions of Georgia, Alabama, and South Carolina and North Carolina. There could be localized heavier amounts that perhaps cause a brief flash flood warning, and equal chances of rain for the Northeast. And let's take a look now at the drought forecast, and you can see here, yeah, the drought situation is starting to get worse in the Carolinas, and especially in Virginia, where we do note there is now moderate drought ongoing there. So any rainfall you do get will be beneficial. Also, some isolated pockets of moderate drought in Ohio. We still have some pretty severe drought ongoing in southwest Texas and southern New Mexico. Any rain you get there will be welcomed, and also drought conditions up in the northern portions of the Rocky Mountains and northern plains as well. There is some drought conditions going on. All right, let's take a look at what's going on with the tropics, because the tropics are back open for business. You see a code yellow and a code orange. This code orange in the Atlantic is for Invest 95L, which is now up to 70% chance of formation over the next 7 days. And we will really have to keep an eye on this. Modeling is starting to show it developing. Despite, remember how we were talking about how there would be some African dust that comes off? Well, despite that, there is now activity that is ongoing. And there is also this other disturbance, which is Invest 94L, which is over near the Yucatan Peninsula and over towards the Gulf of Mexico. That system has just a 30% chance of development, but really it's Invest 95L that we are keeping an eye on. And you can see here, there is some convection with this. It's not terribly organized, but modeling is starting to say that, hey, this could become more organized. And let's go over to the latest data for this storm. Let's change this to Invest 95L. And we can see here that when we take a look at the hurricane intensity guidance, look at this. The modeling for this, the tropical models are saying, hey, as we head towards the weekend, this could become a tropical storm. And then as we head even further in the next week, there are some models that now take this up into a hurricane. So this is something we're going to have to watch. Let's take a look at the GFS. Let's see what that does with this. And here's Invest 95L right here. You can see the GFS does develop this into a tropical storm and perhaps even into a Category 1 or Category 2 hurricane. Then it does interact with some land. So if you know anyone that has any interest going over to the Caribbean or maybe over to Cuba even, because GFS, look at the GFS, it gets pretty far to the north. It does weaken some, but if you know anyone that has any doings over there, please let them know that there is this tropical disturbance out there, and we have to monitor it, and eventually, yeah, take a look at this. Down the line, as we head deep into, not this weekend, but next weekend, it could potentially find its way into the Gulf of Mexico, and on this particular run of the GFS, it went towards Texas as a tropical storm. Now let's take a look at the European ensemble. Take a look at this. There is a wide envelope of possible solutions. Anything from Mexico to a recurve out to sea. So there's a lot of time to keep an eye on this one. We're still in the early stages of whatever's going to become of this, but it is starting to become likely, as you saw here, on tropical intensity guidance from the tropical models. It's looking likely it's going to at least become a tropical storm because there's pretty good bet on that. Almost all the tropical models do that now, and then a handful of them go on to turn this into a hurricane. So we'll be tracking this on our daily updates. This is something we'll be adding into our daily updates now because it really is something we have to keep an eye on. All right, moving back to the United States, and we're going to switch this back over to the 6C GFS. 12C GFS is just starting to come in, and I'm going to show you the weather through about 4th of July of next week. Here comes that front for the weekend. It's going to try to come through Saturday and Sunday. It probably will not fully clear the northeast until some point on Sunday, and it may get hung up a little bit down in the southeast where you may see some much needed showers and thunderstorms, and that includes Florida as well. Northern Florida, you do still need a little bit of rainfall, and unfortunately, take a look at this, Monday into Tuesday, up in the northern plains and the Midwest, more showers and storms for you. That could cause more renewed flooding problems, and it's not just one day, it's multiple days next week. There could even be a severe weather threat as well, and backing this up to 4th of July all across the country. You can see here those showers and thunderstorms up there in the north. Missouri, maybe some showers and thunderstorms, and out on the west coast, no matter which model you look at, it's dry for the west coast. Taking a look now at temperatures over the next 6 to 10 days. It is expected to be above average in the south, east, and in the west as well. And then right around that Interstate 70 or Interstate 80, that does start to cut its off. And further to the north, just near normal. Things have backed off a little bit for the northeast. Taking a look at precipitation, slightly above average. Again, mostly to the north, below average in the southeast. That's not good. The drought could continue to get worse aside from that chance of rain that you have this weekend with that boundary. Taking a look at the Four Corners region, well above average precipitation and continuing to be dry out in California. Well above average temperatures do make their way a little bit more north as we head into the 8 to 14 day time frame. Pacific Northwest, below average for you still, and even above average temperatures into portions of the west coast and into portions of the northeast. Precipitation, slightly above average precipitation across the Great Lakes. That snakes its way through the Central Plains and down into the Four Corners region. Below average precipitation continues in the southeast. Unfortunately, I really hate to say this, it may take a tropical system to finally bust this drought that is really, it was a flash drought. The heat, it builded, and you can see here, with this heat that does build again in the 8 to 14 day time frame, places like Virginia, North Carolina, maybe even portions of Tennessee and Kentucky. Drought conditions, they're going to quickly get much worse, and water restrictions could start to go up there soon. I do know some drought warnings have already started to go up, so that's something we really have to concern ourselves with, and eventually California down the line may become a concern as well. Alrighty, that does it for the Thursday weather update. We may have a YouTube short this afternoon on the severe weather in the plains if needed. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Want to see more content like this? Subscribe down below. Hit that notification bell. Share these videos with anyone you know. If you know anyone that's in the path of today's expected weather or even the path of that tropical system that we're now starting to watch, share this video with them. I will see you all again next time. Until I see you again next time, stay safe and have a fantastic Thursday afternoon. Thanks for watching.